welcome back to my channel. And today's video is going to be a video about my new daily driver. Literally my new daily driver. Car, that is, not phone or anything else, watch, etc. This is the Renault Wind, or more precisely my Renault Wind. It's the 1.6 VVT and naturally aspirated and noisy crows about. Thank you very much. Yeah, I bought this about 3-4 weeks ago. I sold my Megane diesel coupe cabriolet mainly because it needed a cam belt service and it was getting a bit old, and diesels are no good for me at the moment, well, anymore, because I don't tow caravans and I only live 5 miles from work, so petrol makes more sense. So now let me go and pause in front of the camera. The selling point of this, or what really sold it for me, was the roof mechanism. And I'll show you a quick demonstration. I have to turn the engine on because it's best to do it with the engine on, and I should give you a demonstration inside as well as outside. So you twist the handle to unlock it, press the button downwards, windows come down, the boot lid flips up, and the one panel roof fits inside the boot. There we go. So you now have what's considered a roadster or a targa, if you like. It works for me. So to go put the roof back up, it's completely the reverse. And twist the handle. Windows up. Apparently the roof takes 12 seconds to open, and 12 seconds to close. Okay, so let's give you a quick tour around. So, why do I like the Renault Wind? Well, unlike the Renault Megane CC that I had previously, the folding metal roof, which was in 2 parts, took 3/4 of the load space, and on the Wind it doesn't. Look at those buttresses. Anyway, open up the boot, and I'm not sure I think it's 270 litres, I could be wrong. I shall put a little link up. So that's the inside of the boot, and one of the recommendations from the Renault Wind Owners Club on Facebook is to keep all these seals supple. Roof seals, boot seals, any rubber seal. So you've got a nice spoiler there. I've had a couple of additions. That's been on every car I've owned since I can remember. That's an addition by the previous owner, and he de-winded it. I love that, de-winded it. He took the wind badge off. And I was going to put these on the wing mirrors and realised that front facing red is not ideal. And there you can see the Renault Wind Owners Club. And this badge usually says Wind, but these are obviously different. Quite new by the look of it. Anyway, it's got the same handles as the Renault Twingo, apparently. And inside, it's not a lot of room, but there's just enough room for me. Oh, it's quite warm actually. I have to get this roof down. Okay, let's sit inside. Right, I'll start the engine up. This instrument panel, you have a rev counter, speedo with usual Renault information, and fuel and temperature gauge. Oh, it's hot in here today. Now this is my Carpy Ride entertainment screen. Let's push that, which I have set for Android Auto, and it comes on automatically with Waze. I am going to get a new one, a 9-inch version. Let's get rid of that. So there we go, Waze there. and behind there it automatically the radio automatically comes on. It's set up for auxiliary. You have an auxiliary socket there and a USB socket. Roof controls, window controls. Oddly, the speed controls, what do they call it? Speed limiter and I can't think what the other word is. God. Limiter or whatever the other word is. Cruise control, sorry, down here with 2 plus and minus, I said it, and that's for memory. And behind steering wheel you have remote controls for the stereo sound. You can answer a telephone on there, but I've got it set up to the carpet ride. You've got the stereo there, which is a standard Renault item from various models, and auto climate control, air conditioning, etc. Now, it originally had this phone holder in, which I didn't really like, so I bought this one because I've got a magnet in the back of my phone. And you have a airbag, and the glove box is tiny. As I've just opened it, it's unplugged itself. It's very fickle. The 12 volt USB socket is in there, and not a lot else. I've not room for anything else. The wires go in there, and behind, if I could spin around, there is. This is an addition. I put that there. It's my rear view dash cam. I've got a fire extinguisher, first aid kit. There is a shelf there. First aid kit with various things behind, and the previous owner put this cup holder, and there are 2 nets behind there as well. No center console, tiny little door bins. You can probably get a small bottle of water in, and not much else. But that's the interior. It's very basic, not really much to worry about. There is traction control button there, and the mirror controls there. 1 door speaker either side with a tweeter up there. I am going to be changing the door speakers at some stage. I've got some very good speakers I had in my MGF, which wouldn't fit in the Megane. And the door cards are much like the MGF. There's 3 screws to undo, and then obviously poppers to pop out. It should come off easily, he says. So, without further ado, I'm going to finish it from the inside. So, that is the locking mechanism for the roof. As you can see, it says, you can see that, roof unlocked, if you can see that. And as let's actually concentrate on that, if you can see that without the sun. Right, so, it gives you status of the roof opening. There it opens. Roof open, there we go. So that's all standard. So let's walk around to the engine bay. Before we walk around to the engine bay, I just like a side profile when the top is down. It's quite a chunky little car. It's one of those cars you either love or you hate, and I love it. Now, I'm not sure about these wheels, if they are standard or not. I think they've been painted, and the red calipers definitely not standard as far as I know. If you know if they're standard or not, please let me know. So come round. I like the lights as well. The lights are quite unique. Well, they're unique to this vehicle. And a rear reversing light. Now, I'm not sure about that exhaust, if that is standard or not, but it sounds very sporty. It's got rear sensors, rear parking sensors. And the previous owner had fitted professionally. There's the button there. Front parking sensors, which you switch on. So let's come round. If I can do this, I'm going to put you into the tripod while I open the bonnet and prop it up. Still have trouble trying to find where the lever is to open. There it is. Okay, so that's opened up. Let's take you back out. So this is the 1.6 VVT naturally aspirated engine. so there's no turbo. The other version is the 1.2 TCE turbo. Not really a lot to see in there. I'm not a mechanical person. I do know that's the air filter, that's a battery. Brake fluid behind there. That is coolant, window washer, oil, dipstick, alternator. Now, oh, that's quite hot. 4-cylinder. Not sure what the brake horsepower is. It's quite high. Not sporty, but it goes well. You can't really get any acceleration to about 4,000 RPM, but that doesn't worry me. And I love these lights. We do have some fog lights front and back, and you've got 3 pods there. I think one is main beam, main beam and dipped, normal lights, and the indicators. And on the side repeaters. Now the windscreen wipers, as on a lot of cars nowadays, they're 2 different sizes. And they recommend Bosch, but I've bought some compatibles just to see how they got on. And this one is bigger than the original that was on there, but it works okay. And there was a little triangle of doom in the middle there, but that is now eliminated. So, common problem with these I've read is water collecting one of the spark plug holders there, and it does make it jerky at low revs. I've not noticed that. Oh. Okay, so you can hear the engine there ticking over nicely. Just one more thing I want to show you is where the roof sits. Now this is the orifice, if you like, or compartment the roof sits. There's various rollers that the roof sits in and it sandwiches it in, so it stops it rattling around. There's various mechanisms, and that's one of the ones that needs graphite grease or dry WD-40, something like that. And down there, there's one on the other side and one this side. A tiny little window. This still doesn't stop the enjoyment of driving. So yeah,